All right, let's look at Pepe. And then you said you wanted to look at Whiff and what was the other one? Doge?
Whiff and Brett.
Brett? Okay, cool. We'll take a look at that as soon as we hit Pepe real quick. So, Pepe, the winner of this cycle, winner meme coin. Okay, this thing got an absolute fucking beating over the last month and a half. And I know people have been watching it. So, let's take a look at it. Okay, and what we're actually seeing here. So, Pepe, this thing loves to repeat itself. Okay, so let's look at a 4-day chart. Okay, Pepe loves to repeat itself in its patterns. So, what are we doing right now? So, last year, before Pepe had this fucking ridiculous run in February, which is exactly what we're setting up for again, right? Look at that. First week of February passes, February 6th, we start to get this pump, right? So, they like to cheat it down at the beginning of the month, right? You get this little move to the downside on the open, and then boom, you start pumping. So this move on Pepe, let me add this puppy, was to the high, boom, 11, 12x, okay? From the low to the high, we'll give it the actual Pico low. Yeah, 12x. So 12.5x. That happened in the span of $40 days. So in 40 days, Pepe went up 12.5x. So you had $1,000 in there, you got 100, you got 12,500. You put 100 grand in there, you got 1.2 mil. So that's in the span of 40 days it made that move. After bleeding for 70 days. Okay? So look at this.
277 days.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, 70 bars, my fault. Good call. Pull that down so you can see it. Okay.
So 9 months.
9 months. So let me take it from the all-time high, previous high. Okay. So Pepe hits his first all-time high in May of 23. Okay. Gets launched in the bear market, rips to fucking Valhalla. Great. Bleeds for basically 273 days. Then in the span of 40 days, does a 12.5x. Okay. It actually peaked out in May. So let's call it from the Pico high because we were talking about the two tops, one being in March, one being in May. So that did, geez, that's, what is that? A 19x, 20x. It's a 20x, almost a 20x. So Pepe does almost a 20x in that time frame. Okay. And I want to actually have the dates on this too. Okay, that was in 112 days. So what does Pepe does this time? So now we get from this high, right? And we bled for 164 days. This is 250. Because that was a Coinbase listing pump. So that's a little bit different. That was from Coinbase listing. So look at what you got here, right? So you get this first top right here, and then you basically bleed in range for the next 273 days. Then in this range, you did a 20x. Pepe does what again? Same exact thing. Look at this, 250 days. By the time February comes around, another 7 days, it'll be, or like the first week of February is done. We'll call it something like that. Yeah, something like that. Look, it's the fucking same thing. It basically ranges and bleeds for the next 260, 270 days, right? Well, we played this pattern out before, so we just did it again. Well, what do you think is going to happen this time? That's way too much, so let's do, yeah.
Is this in log?
Yeah, yeah, it is. That's why. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do like, let's say we do a 10x. Right? So that's what we're looking to play out again. It's the same pattern, right? You bleed, you range for 270 days, You get a fucking fat pump in a shorter time frame. You bleed/range for 250, 260 days. Look at that. Very similar time frame. Then what's going to happen, do you think, after that ranging? You finally get the moves on ETH. ETH starts pumping. What happens to Pepe? Pepe pumps hard as fuck. So this is what we're looking to see play out again. It's just patterns, right? It's the same thing. There's confluence here. So then this would, this pump would last for, let's call it, last time was 112 days. So something like this, right? We're looking somewhere to take us into May. Perfect. There you go. Right? It's the same thing that happened last time. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear, pretty obvious what's going to happen here on Pepe.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like we were just saying about how with Andy and Landwolf being a third of the size that they were before, how much easier it's going to be to pump them. Mm-hmm. Before, whenever Pepe was top and out, just about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, back in, end of November, beginning of December, we saw Pepe at like 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 almost. At that point, it was 11, 12 billion. And if we wanted to get a 10x move from there, which we were still seeing as definitely more than possible, we would have had to pull an all-time market cap record for meme coins. It would have had to beat out Doge and go to like 110, 120 billion. It's like with where Pepe is at right now, I think it's just over 5 billion market cap. I think it's like 5.3, 5.4. Mm-hmm. Now we need half that target. I mean, if you guys are taking advantage of these lows and you're accumulating right now, like Priamo said he has been, you need half the move that you needed before to get the exact same return on your investment.
Yep.
So it's like with Andy and Landwolf, I mean, it still makes a difference, but it's just like the scale of it is insane. Like now we literally need $50 billion less of a move to make the same return on your investment. So, right now is the prime, especially with what this chart's showing, right now is the prime time to get into Pepe. I mean, it's already gotten a ton of attention. It's already listed. The stage is set for this move to be able to happen. And, we've looked at the Doge chart before and the kind of move that it made in the time span that it did. It added $60 billion to its market cap in the matter of like 10 or 12 days before. So it's like, if you don't think that Pepe, that has as much attention as it does, that's, has as much of a cult-like following as Pepe does, has as many people that are going to receive the notifications on their phone from Robinhood and from Coinbase and from Binance and all these other exchanges that the price is up 8% on the day, 12% on the day. There's so many people that are going to be getting notified that Pepe is moving again. If you don't think it can add half of that market cap size that Doge did in 10 days over the next 3 months, I mean, it's more than doable. So yeah, I mean, I think this is beautiful. And whenever it was on the higher time frame, when you were looking at like the weekly chart, mm-hmm. the price action is just so consistent on Pepe. Yeah, I mean, like if you look at this, it's just the same moves over and over and over and over again. So yeah, the stage is set. Right now is prime time to be accumulating. And I know you have for the private crypto plays members, something special in the works. It's going to print this cycle. So
we got the printer ready to go, ready to turn on. So yeah, I mean, the timing's fucking scary how close it is. It's just the timing of it all makes sense. So now you just got to make sure you're positioned for it correctly and stay convicted on the whole point of us holding the Ethereum beta. The time is now. The time to accumulate is now. If you still haven't gotten the position that you wanted, the time is literally now. You have quite literally about a week before I see things start heating up again. So there you have it on Pepe. So if we know how Pepe is going to perform, we know how ETH is going to perform. You guys know how Andy and Wolf are going to perform, and Brett as well. So